Namo Buddhaya, Namo Tamaya, Namo Sankhaya. Good morning to all of you on the east side of the world. Afternoon to the evening here on the west side of the world. I am at Miami Airport with my mom. She's to my left. She's so cold, I had to take off my upper robes. Because ain't nobody got $21 for a blanket here at the airport. And then my mom's like, why is it so cold in here? Mom, because they're trying to get people to buy more blankets. I wanted to take a minute. I don't think I ever took a minute to address to all of you directly. I think I addressed to my students in the previous yesterday and the day before yesterday. So I haven't given you all instructions on what to do when I am away, because access to Wi-Fi and all is going to be quite limited. I anticipate overseas. I called T-Mobile and they said $3 a minute for phone calls, and so counseling sessions will probably have to move over to Facebook Messenger or Instagram Messenger, but phone's got to go. They did say free text messages, but I'm not sure about the data. You know, corporations, they'll get you one way or the other. You all are aware that I have a digital monastery, which is the Facebook, the YouTube, the Instagram. Well, I call it my digital monastery, and Lord knows when I'm gonna have an actual monastery, because that is a lot of money, a lot of money. So as I am away, all of you who are new or old students, seasoned students, return back to the Four Noble Truth, the Noble Eightfold Path. Learn the mindfulness of the breath, samadhi. Learn the four foundations of mindfulness. All of that was previously discussed in previous videos on my YouTube. So again, YouTube is going to be your library for teachings, basic teachings. What is important is that you all keep the mindfulness of the breath, and often, because the more drama you have in your life, the more headaches you have in your life, the more trauma, addiction, or abuse you have in your life, the more you need to practice samadhi for an extended amount of time, so that the mind calms down gradually and slowly. Remember, okay, why I give this recommendation? Because we organisms, the humans that we are, right, the organisms that we are, take a very long time to change. There's a book that it's called The Body Keeps Scores, and it does. Every time when there's a trauma, especially trauma, it keeps scores. So I'm using and teaching you all to use the 84,000 teachings of the Buddha in order to calm down the mind, in order for you to achieve peace. I spoke about that many times on my little shorts, little YouTube shorts. And people are like, well, you talk about joining you and you talk about peace, but you don't tell us the how. Well, no, I've been telling you the how. You just have to dig a little deeper. So today is a reminder that the how is already on my YouTube for the longest time ever. And likewise, other monks teach mindfulness of the breath. Just make sure you choose a Theravada Buddhist monk. They look like me, with the upper robe and the arm sticking out, the right arm sticking out. And then as your mind gets calmer and calmer by the days that passes, you learn the four foundations of mindfulness. Mindfulness of body, mind, feelings, and worldly phenomenon. Dhamma. Kaya, Chitta, Vedana, Dhamma. And, that's how you're going to progress slowly. And, it varies per individual. It varies. Not everyone is going to progress fast. It just takes a lot of time. For me, it took like 15 years of samadhi before the ripening of fruition for Vipassana results. That is not to discourage you all, because a lot of people want results now, right? We have this capitalist mindset. We have this right now type of mindset, and we get discouraged when we close our eyes and we're like, well, how come I don't look like that monk or feel like that monk or feel like that person? How come they seem happy after meditating? So results vary per individual, no different than in the field of medicine. But in summary, I don't. In summary, it all comes to that basic recommendation. Again, meditating on the Four Noble Truth, meditating on the Noble Eightfold Path, that could take up the whole year. Nonetheless, the other type of meditation, the four protective meditation functions, in addition to samadhi and vipassana, and then the eclectic approach in interweaving them as your states of mind changes, the impermanence of states of mind changes. And as you practice and you encounter problems, it's when you write to me and say, this is what I see, this is what I'm experiencing, this is what I've gathered, and what's going on here. And you have to talk about it. That's why you have to engage into Buddhist psychotherapy with me, so that I can know per individual for you, your suffering is different than Sarah, Tom, Dick, Harry, whoever, right? It is not a one-size-fit-all, and it's a very individualized thing. And what's beautiful about it is you have a monk that is trained in individualized attention, which is a supremely rare thing, because other monks just hold the microphone and speak to a mass crowd of 500, and then they're like, okay, I'm done. May you all be well, be happy, be free, always be healthy. And then they run off to the next thing. So you all need to take advantage of that. Is that you have a monk here that, number one, has done his homework, has in fact achieved peace, have in fact achieved true inner liberation, freedom, and now, tailored to that. I wish you all could join me when I was talking to Bree yesterday, when, Bree's Catholic and her family is Christian, and they got this big mess about them asking her about Buddhism, and then she's got friends that ask her about God. And the analogy here is that each definition of God is different for everybody. And so, suffering is different for everybody. And the meaning of suffering is different for everybody. So we have to apply the best available science we know in Buddhism to help all of you, and the way that I have just previously described. This is very pursuant, and as I am going to be visiting different monasteries from around neighboring Southeast Asia, I'm going to be looking at how other senior teachers also apply their own science, their own method and modality, and the type of humans that is the presenting symptoms of the humans in front of those abbots, in front of those vice abbots, and very experienced teachers. So I'm going to be learning from them, and then bringing all of the richness of knowledge, all of the richness of the experience and clinical experience back to all of you, and to see if I can bridge the gap of what it is that we're missing here in the West. Why is it so challenging to meditate here in the West, and some of the very common complaints. I take those complaints very seriously. When a person, when a human cannot in fact achieve peace, or doesn't have results, or it takes too long, I'm going to sink my hands into it to conduct the research necessary so that we come up with answers, right? I need to figure it out quickly. But for the time being, while I am doing this on my part, I'd like all of you to go back to the recommendation and advice as always. Keep a journal, measure your own progress. Okay, find a Kalyanamitta so that you have a wise friend on the path with you. Visit monasteries and often, give more and take less. Contribute when you can, so that you feel like I'm doing something. Cultivate self-esteem and accumulate good karma. So I think that's all I have for all of you. A lot of books I dragged with me. And if you all tune in to my YouTube and Facebook, there'll be additional teachings once I get to those monasteries. And if they invite me to teach, then the microphone will be on, and we will have at it.